What's up, y'all? You're watching Union Minded. I'm your host, Eric, and today we are going to get the latest and greatest on the strike that's going on in Washington concerning IBEW Local Union 46 and their limited energy unit. There is an article that was put out April 26th. We're going to dive into that article in which they cover what the demands are and what this fight is looking like. I'm also going to share with you a letter from the business manager asking for donations to the strike fund, and this is where we show our solidarity as union members. When I give you that information, I'm going to put it in the description box. You go on that information and you donate what you can to help some folks that are fighting on the front line for labor. So let's dive into this article. This article is off of the NPR network. It's by Kamna Shastri. It's from April 26th. I'll put the link in the description box for you to read the article yourself if you would like. Striking Seattle electrical workers demand better pay, improved safety. Striking electrical workers from IBEW Local 46 have shut down 8 work sites after negotiations broke down with the Puget Sound chapter of the National Electrical Contractors Association. These are the workers who maintain the invisible infrastructure Seattleites use to stay connected and safe every day. They install and maintain security systems, badge readers, fire alarms, and emergency response systems. When you think of sound, when you think of communication, when you think of data, when you think of life security, think about our unit, said Quincy Hernandez, an apprentice with IBEW Local Union 46. Your Wi-Fi, your Microsofts or Amazons, cameras, card readers, think of us. Hernandez and several other striking workers picketed Thursday morning on Brooklyn Avenue in Seattle's University District. They had all been up since 4 a.m. By 10:15, they huddled under the overhang of the U District Light Rail Station to stay dry. Hernandez said they are tired but undeterred. We're not here for nothing, he said. So what are the union demands? Well, in this article, it's going to lay it out for us. The union demands. This is the first time the union, which has more than 1,000 members, has gone on strike in several decades. Unit members are asking for better compensation and wages that keep up with the pressures of inflation. They are pushing for a 27% wage increase over the next 3 years. The NECA has countered with a proposed 15% wage increase. The electrical workers also want paid holidays, a nod to a better work-life balance. Teray Patterson said taking time off on days like Veterans Day just doesn't feel possible for him, even though he's a veteran. You gotta have your paid holidays, man. The bosses get the paid holidays. It's very stressful to take the federal paid holiday off, Patterson said. Christmas, Thanksgiving, you get the day off with your family, but in the back of your mind, you're stressing about not having that paycheck for those hours for that day. The workers also want compensation for their time commuting. Amen. Man, I tell you, when you got to traverse 70 miles to go to work and you're taking an hour and a half to 2 hours to get to work and to go home, that's time that should be compensated. There is no way that should not be compensated by the employer. You're not driving that distance for your own health because you're choosing willy-nilly, I just feel like driving. You're driving that distance because that is where the work is. And since that is where the work is and that is where you are required to go, I feel like that distance is too far. You need to be compensated. Somehow, some way, there has to be a formula or something that we can come up with where we say, okay, if you live more than 30 miles away from your work site, there's an amount that you get paid per mile to travel to work. Has to be. It's so unfair. The amount of gas that you pay, the wear and tear on your vehicle, the maintenance that you got to do, all of that stuff piles up. It's not right. So yeah, absolutely. The workers also want compensation for their time commuting. I couldn't agree more. Many can't afford to live in Seattle. Many can't afford to live in DC. Again, I can't agree more. They commute hours from places like Skagit Valley and Thurston County. They commute hours from places like Front Royal, West Virginia, Fredericksburg, Spotsylvania County. Again, I can't agree more. Patterson comes from Olympia every day. That's a multi-hour commute on top of his 8 to 10 hour workdays. Hernandez, who is still gaining skills as an apprentice, said he can see how the stressors of being in this trade affect his colleagues and mentors. It's wearing down on them because it's hard to sacrifice all the time you have to spend commuting, plus working, less time away from your family, he said. We would definitely like to be compensated for the work that we do. Safety measures. Workers are also asking for better safety measures. They specifically want to make sure they are being supplied with radios, since electrical workers often spend their hours in hard-to-reach places. Nooks and crannies in basements, underground, or in the I-90 tunnel, for example, aren't good places for a cell phone to connect. There's a problem, especially if there's an emergency and someone gets hurt, said Mike Holcomb, another striking electrical worker. So we're trying to get radios on site, Holcomb said. And that would really help because, where phones can't penetrate, radios can. And if you get crushed by something or you're stuck up in a lift, anything happens, you can call somebody for help. The Contractors Association said that employers provide radios to individual contractors as needed and that the stipulation need not be explicitly written into the contract. IBEW Local 46 and NECA have been in ongoing negotiations since January. Union members have been striking for 2 weeks and say they will continue until the contract is ratified. NECA said in a statement that it will continue to bargain in good faith with the union. In the meantime, the striking workers told KUOW that many are turning to gig work like driving for Lyft and Uber or on-demand food delivery to make ends meet. Under the dry overhang of the light rail station, the group of 5 workers KUOW spoke with leaned toward the mic, chuckling. Holcomb said that they want to be negotiating and are ready to talk to NECA 24/7. Next to him, Patterson agreed. We'd rather be at work, he said, and I believe we're showing that by being out here for the last 2 weeks. We show up and show out no matter where we are, rain, shine, cold, or freezing. Hear, hear. Man, solidarity for these folks out at 46. They're on strike. Now I'm going to read you the letter from the business manager. And again, I'm going to put the link in the description box for where you can donate if you're able to. IBEW Local 46 needs your help. IBEW Local 46 is reaching out to request your assistance. Our Sound and Communications Limited Energy Unit started their negotiations process in February, and since then, Puget Sound Chapter NECA has refused to give any reasonable proposals. They refuse to discuss quality of life benefits and improved worker safety. As a result, Limited Energy Unit has been forced to go on strike. They have been on strike now since April 11th, and they need your help. It does not appear that the strike will end anytime soon. The members are not going to approve an unfair agreement. It has been a struggle on all of them not having a paycheck, and now their careers and families are in jeopardy. We're not asking for more than is deserved, but NECA doesn't seem willing to work with us at all. Going on strike is not desirable for anyone, but in this case, it has been deemed necessary. We are hoping that other unions, their members, our allies, community groups, and anyone else that can help will contribute to make things a little easier on those that are fighting for a fair agreement. Active members of Local 46 are encouraged not to contribute, as they may need the resources themselves if future strikes occur. If you can spare anything, every little bit will help. Contributions can be made over the phone via debit or credit cards by contacting lead dues clerk Tani Healey Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 253-395-6501. You can also mail a check made out to IBEW Local 46 and include in the memo line, Strike Fund. We are stronger together and want what's right and fair for our members. Please do what you can to support our members. We appreciate anything you can contribute to help. Sincerely, Sean Bagsby, Business Manager. Let's do what we can, right? Let's do what we can. My name's Eric. You're watching Union Minded. Remember that the fight's not left or right. It is up and down. It's going to take solidarity to win always. Each one, teach one. Get out there and reach one. And remember, there could be no union without you and I. Front and center. Let's go.